Hi Libra, this is your homework family reading. Let me adjust this here a little bit. Your homework family reading for August, 16th through the 31st. So let me just hit the bell. You need to go with the flow more. You're in your head too much. That's what that whole, you just saw how quickly that change in personality came through, because I was getting an answer that I was not looking for, or I was getting a channeling something that I wasn't expecting to come through. Because prior to starting the video, I was already told you're very sensitive about subconscious depths of some relationship grief. It's like you're not really consciously aware that it's deep down bugging and frustrating you, in some cases, at least for who I'm channeling. Yet it's incredibly sensitive and you're deeply emotional about it, and about taking action or actually being able to speak. Like as if you're afraid of bitter or blame that may be said to you with some judgment, and you're holding on to some relationship grief, and you're not allowing it to truly come forward, come out, speak it. And it's actually causing some negativity. It's causing some blockages within the beginning a new cycle. It's keeping a new cycle from starting. It's creating the same thing. Yeah, it's very much something that's in your heart that you want to talk about, you want to speak, you want to share, but you're like afraid to share it. You're afraid to bring it out. You're afraid of the judgment or the blame. You can't be perfect. Not one single one of us is perfect. And we try too much to hold on. We become overwhelmed with trying to be perfect. And that's not possible. We all make mistakes. We all have issues. And I feel like you're trying to make a decision that's kind of making, I feel like you're unconsciously know that you're holding on to something. You're unconsciously having grief or sorrow or shame or blame over something, but you're not talking about it. And because you're not talking about it, you're not bringing it to the person you need to. It's actually causing you some problems within your self-knowing, your self-awareness. Is causing you peace. It's causing you finding your calmness, your peace, your calm. And it's clouding your vision. But accidentally you're creating it, is what I'm being given. At least for some of the people who I'm dealing with, or I'm channeling. And you're burdened with it, but you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to admit it. Is what I'm pretty much picking up. I'm also being given, let me pull out of my runes. It's funny that would open right to that, because it's the second rune. They're giving me 2 runes to give to you, which is before I even hit the tarot or anything else. Let me find it. They're giving me Othala, which is the diamond. It is seeding. It is the godding. It is the world of inner experiences, virtues, common sense, family warmth, human warmth. It focuses on the need to go inward and let something new take form. Stillness, gestation are moments of the process of the issue. It indicates the presence of someone who is working with the land or is starting to really work with their spiritual work. Reveal the need of meditation. No decision without proper thought. It is the strengthening of your inner resources. It is the moment between the different states of being. A necessary stasis that benefits the inner focus. It is what this is all part of what it's talking about. It is inner nourishment. Withdrawal to allow that inner preparation. Suspension of the outside. You are strengthening the inner resources is what you're being asked to do. I also explain Induus a lot as your four. Your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and your physical. And if all four of them are not in balance, then you are out of balance. You cannot focus on just the physical world, the tangible, physical, material world or physical health, and then completely ignore your spiritual feelings or your emotional feelings. All four must be in balance or you are out of balance, and technically at that point you're not creating properly and you're actually working against yourself. They are saying you need to face your feelings. You need to be willing to face your feelings and express your truth, self-expression of your truth, and not be afraid to do so. Okay. And then they are giving me also Jebo. Jebo looks like the X. And a lot of other readers will tell you Jebo is marriage, but it is not. They are saying specifically it can where was it? I picked it up, you just threw me off. Seriously. Okay. I thought it was somewhere else on here. I was just looking in the wrong place. They are specifically pointing to focuses on hospitality and generosity. Things given and received. It shows the symbol of where something must be given back for what was received, or where something must be returned for where it was offered. It is that's specifically what Spirit was giving me, and said that this comes with growth. Going inward, finding, that emotional balance, that truth balance, that nourishing balance for yourself, then focusing on hospitality and generosity, things given and received. It is coming with growth, the symbol that shows where something must be given back for what was received, or where something will be returned for what was offered, is specifically what Spirit is saying, and that you're going to definitely need to be calm within yourself in order to get to this point. Finding that inner peace within yourself so that you can step into this energy that they're telling you need to. This is also, Jebo speaks of sacrifice and generosity. It is often seen as marriage, but it is the gift. It is the gifting price. It is the giving and the receiving. It is receiving something that was unasked for. It is the gift and its obligations. Hospitality versus hostage. And what I mean by that is, if you're feeling like the hostage, then there's something that is telling you you're still needing to go back to the original, because you're not letting the truth out. You're still out of balance. You're not finding the truth there. And you're fighting it, and that would be feeling why you're the hostage in this situation instead of having hospitality. Taken or given, shared energy, serene ecstasy. It can also deal with sexual magic. It is the honoring of the contracts, one's given word, receiving it generously. But most of all is remembering that the first and foremost gift was the fact of you had the gift of life, and every moment of life is a gift, so cherish it and do wisely by it. Now, with that being said, as I get into the astrology, where did I put that paper? My little notes here. Yeah, they keep saying, you need to come forward with your feelings. You need to be able to be honest with your feelings, communicate your feelings with yourself as well as with whoever this is. That communication needs to be spoken to. You need to actually bring it forward. Yeah, the full moon that's going to take place on the 15th in Pisces. Now, I will look it up for you in just a moment. Because I gotta look up where all the Libra signs are here. All the houses. But, the 15th in Pisces. Then you're going to have Mars moving into Virgo on the 18th. Venus is moving into Virgo on the 18th. The Sun is moving into Virgo on the 22nd. You have the new moon in Virgo on the 28th. And then Mercury moves into Virgo on the 29th. So everybody's leaving Leo and everybody's moving into Virgo, including Ura, or Jura, however you pronounce it, and we'll go into all of that in just a minute. Don't forget, Uranus just went retrograde in Taurus, and it's now facing Medusa. And also, we have Jupiter that just went direct, as well as Ceres, both in Sagittarius. Now, if we're looking at Libra, let me take that first off. Where was the full moon? The full moon was taking place in the 6th house. That was talking to you when this full moon came through. Somehow or another, your health, your health care, your daily tasks, your mundane routines, something about them is all being rise to the surface. Because the 6th house is that. It's the daily work, your service, your diet, your health care. Your sickness, your ability to work, it's your hygiene, it's your caretaking, it's also those daily mundane tasks, those patterns that you create and your routines that you create every day. Is there something in those routines that have been brought up during that full moon that are showing you it's not serving you, it's not healthy, it's going against you? Because full moons typically are telling you where you need to make changes. It brings it to light, brings it to the surface. And with it being in Pisces, this, like I said, is your universal 6th house. But in Pisces, we tend to think the best of the world outside of us and the people around us, and we hope for the best, and usually we get shown that we're wrong. Because in Pisces, it's easy, when the moon's here, especially during the full moon, it's easy to get manipulated. Because you want to believe in people, but you kind of deep down already knew, maybe I shouldn't. And something about these routines, the daily tasks, is probably going to show that person, or show the situation, or something about that routine that needed to shift and change. And that's probably a warning that's telling you where you're not happy in life, something that's keeping you from getting to your true happiness or expressing yourself in the proper way because you're following this routine and don't realize that the routine doesn't serve you, doesn't do you any justice anymore, and it's something that needs to change. Now, like I said, everybody's packing up and moving into Virgo, it looks like. So for you, that's going from that 11th house and into that 12th house. So you've had Ura, which is sacrifice and commitment, talking to you about the sacrifice and the commitment it takes in order to make something happen. You've had Mars, Venus, the Sun, Mercury just moved in, all in Leo, which is your 11th house. This is your community. This is those larger groups, those larger friends. This is your wishes, your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your ambitions, your virtue, your self-realization, your identification that comes from that self-realization of being able to create those goals, hopes, wishes, dreams, and are the people in that community of your life, the outer community for you, are they supporting who you are and what you want to be? I mean, are they? This is asking you, are your friends in the groups you hang out with, the memberships that you're part of, are they truly supporting that soulful person inside and what that person's goals, dreams, wishes are? What those ambitions are? Is it helping you come into finding a new level of liberty or integrity as you are moving forward? Are you being able to truthfully come in your power and step into your true self and go towards those dreams, those goals? Or are those people in those relationships of that life because it's still your community, but everything you care about is a relationship? So are those relationships supporting you or not? Because we've been talking about them being sacrificing commitment being there. We've been talking about Mars being there, your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your passion, your action, your fire, your inner sexuality, how you feel about yourself. Do you have a pep in your step? Do you have a pep in your step? Do you feel pretty good about things? You know, are you giving the love to the self that it needs to feel good about itself? Or are you kind of slouched over and exhausted, and because you're not really getting all of what you're desiring, you're putting all that energy in that outer community into other people's dreams, other people's goals? Or are you starting to feel good about yourself and bring all of that positive energy to you, being able to walk towards your goals, your dreams, your wishes? Venus is there speaking to you of the sensitivity, what you like about it and what you don't, and why you like it and why you don't. Venus speaks to you of your sensitivity on all levels. She is touch, smell. She's how you feel when you touch something, how it smells, what you see, how you view, what you hear, what it tastes like. She's talking to you about being sensitive about these things that you are pulling into you on that emotional level. And she speaks to you about emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. You know, when you put your hand in an oven cooking food at 365 degrees and you grab that pan to pull it out without an oven mitt, burning the shit out of your hand, is Venus saying, don't fucking do that. All of those sensitivities are coming from Venus. But this is your masculine and your feminine, because Mars is here asking you how you feel about yourself, and do you have the power to stand as your own warrior? Do you feel good enough to know that you've listened to those sensitivities enough to know what you do want and what you don't? Are you ready to take the sacrifice and the commitment for what you do want, not the ones you don't? The sun's been illuminating what feels good, what doesn't, what is egotistical, what is higher core energy of everything that you wish to go towards in these energies. For your ambitions, your goals, your dreams. Mercury moved in this energy on the 11th and is going from the 11th to, what is it, the 29th? That's like zippity doo dah. I mean, this is like Mercury is your communication with that outer community. And if you're not exactly happy with that outer community, Mercury is probably really giving you a hard time if you are not stepping up and speaking your truth. because Mercury is like, let me just tell you, I'm going to tell you this. Now, Mercury being in Leo, which happens to be your 11th house of speaking to the outer community, saying this is getting in between what I want, my goals, my wishes, my dreams, my desires, and you know why? This is this way, this is this way, this is this way, and I need this to happen, and I need this to happen, and we need to do this, and I can't handle any more of that, and blah, 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 blah. And now I've told everybody, so this is the deal, and see ya, peace out, and I'm ready for the next. It's not going to be playing any games. Leo is very abrupt, bold, and brash. It's the lion, for crying out loud. It will roar. Your communication is trying to roar what you truthfully desire. Going into that 12th house, it's speaking to you about what you did not roar about. It's going to be speaking to you about those subconscious actions of what deep down is bothering you. But you don't want to deal with it because you'd rather put it as a skeleton in the closet and push it to the back of the closet and let me forget that that shelf's there. And that's why it's called the 12th house. It's what has to heal in order for something to move forward. Otherwise, you're starting the cycle all over again. It talks to you about bitterness, blame, shame, grief, sorrow, secrets, and everything that you deny. Because it is uncomfortable and you don't want to deal with it. It's also where the bad habits of the routines started to be created. Which then brought about the self-undoing, the self-sacrifice, the self-deception that causes the illness of why it needs to be healed. That's why it's called the subconscious. We don't want to deal with it, so we try to forget it. But these are the things that you might have been noticing in the first half of the month as we slide into the second half of the month and go into next month. You are seeing these things rise because they're getting in the way of some really old things, but they're also getting in the way of the depths of those hopes, those wishes, those dreams. And is the community and those relationships responsible for part of why you're happy or not? You have to take responsibility for your own happiness. And Libra, you guys are freaking bad about that. You're so wanting to create harmony and balance that you end up sacrificing your harmony and balance to make everybody else happy. But part of what you need to learn is that you need to stop doing that because you'll never find peace and happiness until you do stop doing that. And that's a great big piece of the cycle of the subconscious energy of what you need to learn. Like I said, that was from your 11th and 12th house. Most of these energies this time around are speaking to you of what's your top priorities. It's speaking to you of, the relationships, the communities, getting right with your ethics, your morals, your truths, your higher self, your reputation, your honor, and how you deal with that outer community, letting that extrovert find true self, motivation, action, or finding a way to be action oriented within yourself, motivation, and self assertive and self assertiveness. Is there anything else? You have to will it for yourself. Like we have free will. You have to will it for yourself. As long as you stay, there's nothing wrong with being a Libra. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting harmony and balance and wanting everything to be nice and calm and find the proper justice within the situation so you can have a happy life. However, sacrificing your happiness because that's what you will to do, you choose to do, will always come back to the fact that you are not getting it until you choose to stand up for yourself and say, I deserve this. And because I deserve this, I'm going to stand up for myself. And we're going to have to make these changes. And then I'll create harmony and balance in the situation because I'm truthfully going after what I want and what I need. And that's pretty much what I'm getting out of the astrology for you. This is definitely coming down to expressing yourself and knowing yourself and allowing yourself, believing that you're worthy enough to say that you deserve that. Very strange. Not what I was saying. Very strange that who's calling you is the dragons. For the first thing out is dragons are saying, when I see this card, I don't even read this card. This card I know automatically says to me, get your butt outside. Get your butt outside. Do some camping. Do some hiking. Go out, go fishing, go to the lake, do something, but be outside. You need to be with nature some. Take a walk, I don't know. But you need to be with nature some because nature will help heal you and help you work through some of that energy going on in your head. Is the first thing that the dragons are warning you of. Yes, no? Because you flipped over. Yeah. Air and fire dragon, expand your creative energies. What was we saying? This is telling you, believe in yourself. Like I said, there's a pep in your step when you're happy in life, when you're really, truly living life. I tell people when they're going after their soul purpose, when I'm working with people and the different things that I do. And they're like, Shell, how do you know when you're going after your true soul purpose and you're going after the right things in life? And I'm like, what would you do what would you do in life that you cannot not do? What would you do that you would do for free? Because you can't not do it. I'm like, those are the things that make you happy. Those are the things that you truly want to do with your life. So figure out a way to start working towards doing those things and finding a way so that it also brings you money. Now, that may be something that you needed to hear for the simple fact that I don't know why I had no choice but to say that. Because this is speaking about your creative energy. But this is saying get right with that creative energy. Get right with yourself. Get right with what you desire, you want, your expression of life, and your inner child. And this will help you go in that better direction. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. I don't know how else to put that. From what I'm getting is they're showing me like a rebirthing. They're showing me like a birthing of a baby dragon. Which, this is fertility. But typically a birthing means there has to be a death. Which means something has to be let go of. Something has to be surrendered. You have to stop carrying an energy around, holding on to something from the past. Because if you come into this creative energy of yourself and you truly start to find your power again, you'll be able to release what's keeping you from rebirthing and getting what you truly desire. This is the feminine ability to be able, it's the feminine mystery of being able to create, to recreate, to rebirth, to regenerate. Reincarnation, of being able to move you in a whole new direction. Go after things you didn't think were capable. the rose pink dragon speaks to you of preparing your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. This is connecting more with either the oneness, the consciousness, the collective consciousness, what God wants for you, not what you think has to be, what your heart has been held down by. This is connecting with what, like I said, what the universe would love to see you have, what God would love to see you have, what you weren't put here to freaking suffer. You were put here to be able to love and enjoy life. This is saying connect with what helps you realize that you have every right to get there and you deserve to get there. And you can be there. This is taking it back to believing and acceptance. This is an acceptance of your higher self telling you that they love you and that it's okay. Whether you want to see it as God, the collective, the universe, that's up to you. Is there anything else here before I hit the other deck for Libra? Libra, Libra, Libra. I'm hearing don't leave yourself. There is major, I don't know how to say it, there is major shifts and changes coming in over this next 6 months that are going to redirect so much. And getting these times right now, and listening to your intuition and your true depths of self is going to keep you from having to work 3 times as hard to get forward later. So trust me, follow what you know your heart wants. Follow your heart and soul, the depths of everything, even if it's just to say goodbye. Like I said, there's something that you need to be speaking. I think we're going to another deck. Yeah, because they're taking you on other levels. This is Aquamarine Dragon of Neptune. Duh, once I read it. This is connecting to your magic. You and you alone create your magic. You and you alone are responsible for the reality that you create. You and you alone. Neptune rules fantasy and illusion. Neptune smacks you in the face with where fantasy meets harsh reality. Neptune tells you where the dream could have been so, but you didn't have the balls to go after it. You kept holding on to the old dream. Neptune is illusion and delusion. It's nostalgia and reality. It's very twisted turning within its magic because you have to understand how the magic of it works. And are you creating from new, healthy magic or from holding on to the past and creating what you still think in your head over and over again when that may not have ever been the truth? You create your own reality. This is what they're trying to tell you. This is what they want you to know. You can't breathe. I'm getting messages as like from a dragon. You can't breathe fire when you have no fire in the heart. When you don't believe that the heart is capable of breathing fire, as a dragon, you would not be able to breathe it, is what they are saying. Is it believing in yourself? Knowing that it's okay, accepting the situation, and knowing that you're making peace with it. But sometimes making peace with it means you have to actually speak up. The Four of Cups is what's coming out. Oh, I didn't catch that. I know you were just right there. So you're going to have to redo that. Or show it in a different way. Sorry, I'm talking to spirit. Overwhelming watery forces of fertility. This is water. This is the watery star, the fertile vision. What was I saying? You'll be giving a lot of the fertility energy, the mystery of the magic of, you know, the mystery of the magic of being able to create the magic. Do you trust in it? It is the insight and the direction. It also is reflection of the balance. It is blending the inner with the outer. The crab is holding the moon. The crab doesn't go at things directly forward, typically. It goes from side to side. And it also is a shell, like a knight in shining armor, like the armor. It is the shell that it protects the inside. It is trying to keep itself protected from these other two cups that have spilt. And it still thinks that these two cups are too far away. Whether it's talking to you about loving yourself, or going after the love you desire, or just making an honest balance in the situation, facing the truth, the crab is holding the moon. The crab knows the emotional depths there. Do you? Because I'm being given the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is the lotus attack. Cannot rid the mind of the pestilence. It is perseverance with faith. Let me bring this right back. The crab is holding the moon. It is aware of it. It just is holding it up. It still has its shell on as if it's, the armor. So I'm not letting it in. I'm holding it far away from me because they don't want to put it to my chest. I don't feel like going straight through the energies. This is the spilled cups that the emotions have been hurt by. But I have to come straight through to get to the truth. There's no sideways action here. You must come straight through to get to the truth so that the Two of Cups can become the Two of Cups again. You are holding on to the negative thoughts. You are holding on to what you cannot rid your mind of in the pestilence. This is the locust attack. You're allowing the negative to keep you from getting past here and back to the Two of Cups. Again, the Two of Cups could be a relationship with someone special, someone specific, but it could also be a relationship with yourself that you're in denial about. You are receiving the Star card. The Star card, for me, speaks of Hebrew. Obviously, the star's the star, the one you want. But the way they show it is it's the hook. So what are you trying, if you were going fishing, it's not like you get the fishing and everything ready, and then you're going to send out the hook. You're not going to cast the line with hope for the smallest fish in the sea. Duh. You want to get the biggest thing. I mean, you're casting out the hook so you can bring the biggest fish back, more or less, so that you can have the best one out there. You're not casting out for the smallest nothing. Go after the star. It is the star. You know it's the star. Try to hook the star. Cast your line and hook what you want to hook and bring the star back to you. Is this one too? Well, all right then. You have someone very intelligent in your life that's there to help you. They may be harsh. They may be saying, because this is, the Hierophant is coming with the Queen of Swords, and you saw my action. I was like, all righty then. The Hierophant is intelligent. They are intelligent. They are the one that builds the community. They are the spiritual leader of the community, the soulful bringer of that positive energy. They're the one that keeps it together. They're also the They're kind of like a priest in energy, but they're the leading one. They're the teacher, the leader, coming with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords can be very harsh, very blunt, very brash, and to the point. She tends to be head over heart. I'm laughing because I don't know how else to put it. She's telling me, you need to be courageous. You need to be courageous. You need to just say what you've got to say. You need to come forward. But somebody here is helping you to come forward. Somebody here is supporting the truth for you, or teaching you what that truth needs to be. Or the Hierophant could also be speaking to you of that one that you might love. And this maybe it's the number one, it's the highest ranking of them, and you need to have courageous energy about what you're going to have to say to this person, because it's the wisdom, it's the teacher, it's the mysterious sage of the legends that you've heard, like the shaman. Like I said, I mean, this would be the magical being who's somehow always lands on top, always is able to carry everybody with them, who's intelligent, who's the teacher, who's the higher wisdom. Like I said, it's the sages, it's the shamans, it's the magical one who's, been on top of it. But she's coming again with growth now and courageous energy of being able to speak what you must speak. She's cleansing, she's invigorating, she's inspiring, but she can be very harsh and quick with her tongue. Very blunt. They're coming together, like I said. Justice is in your favor. You just keep popping up, but you're not coming through clearly. And you're messing with my right ear. I'm sorry. Justice is coming through for you. You can have the justice you want. This could be a new change, a new beginning. This is new growth. This is weighing the scales, finding calm stability as you're moving forward. This is a new opportunity that's coming because you were courageous enough to go there. This is finding the Two of Swords is speaking to you of being able to move forward with truth, balance, and peace as you move forward. Taking that time for that meditation so that you can stay in the proper energy as you go forward. What does the right ear mean? I'm sorry. I have to pull up one of my notes here. I have notes all over the place because I can't keep up with all the different things that they say to me or they do to me. I'm sorry, it's just this way it is. Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing that. I'm not hearing your words. They're telling you to take action in the physical. Take action in the physical. You're being told to take physical growth to a new level, actually making it tangible by going it. You're being guided to take steps. They want you not to think about it. It's past time of thinking about it. It's time of doing it. The Queen of Cups. Listen to your intuition. Know what you need to do. I mean, there may be a Queen of Cups coming into your life, which would be a water sign, definitely. But she is the watery mind. She goes with the streams of flowing water energy. She knows how to sail that boat through all of those emotions. She knows how to sail. They're saying she knows how to sail the boat to the truth. And that's what you need to be doing, because they're telling me, okay, thank you. They're telling me you need to sail the boat through to the truth, because she's the water energy. She's the queen Queen of Cups, going through her emotional truths, finding her truths, enlightening that energy in the head that's been keeping her from doing what it is that you've been fighting yourself in, coming into realizing that that was just nonsense, and go towards whatever it is, because I'm seeing like all of this is like a blue of courageousness that's just coming up and out of her. It's telling you to get into this energy. Self-assertiveness. This is the Prince of Cups. Taking the chance, going after it, being comfortable with their magic, being comfortable with the temptation, being comfortable with the water, and going after it. I mean, if you are listening to yourself and you're going after your truths, things are going to start to change for you in a tangible way, in a very tangible way. And you're going to find yourself the happiest you've been in a long time if you're listening to those truths, because this is harmony between the opposites. I'm getting like purple glorious energy coming up here, like yay, and the world can be happy now, is what I'm getting out of this. This is the dance, the celebration, the joy. This is reshaping the present because you were told to believe that you shape your own reality. This is Hagulas as well. As far as my runes go, this is the controlled crisis leading to inner harmony. You've worked through all of those truths, sailed the water all the way, sailed that boat all the way through the truths, and allowed them to come out, and you will find what you want. You will be taken in the direction you need to be. Two of Wands. It looks very good for you if you believe and you start realizing that you create your reality, and it's up to you to choose to actually create it instead of just going with the flow. That's what it was. I said going with the flow right in the beginning. They were saying you go with the flow too much instead of going after what you want. This is desire, beauty. This is safetyness and vulnerability, purity, honesty, frankness. This is hope and wonder of the new beginnings, fresh adventures of the unknown. The Two of Wands is a new beginning, a new chance.